What's good, family? You know, focus on your aura right now, yo. Not only will that attract everything to you, right? But it signifies who you are and it shows your hard work, y'all. Think about it, y'all. You have leveled up if you have built that because you don't build that by, acquiring anything outside of you, y'all. You build that by focusing your energy and harnessing it for the right things, y'all. Because your energy, it's not unlimited. So you gotta put it to things that's gonna help you, family. So build your aura, family, And the way you can do that, y'all, is by, focusing on your interdimensions within your body, family, by meditating. Like I tell your family, you gotta go within and cleanse your etheric bodies because emotions are a real thing. And they can hijack your conscious and make you do things you don't want to do or seem vulnerable to extract your energy. That's my, you know, always saying to y'all, always tell you that family that if you don't control your thoughts and your actions, well, those thoughts that hit your brain will end up making you inherit something that you don't want to do. When you meditate, y'all, what is it that you find? Yeah, you like that peace, but you feel more aware. That's what you truly like doing. That's exactly why you feel close to yourself more, family. Because that awareness is, increasing. You live better when you are aware, family. So live aware, because they'll show in your life, family. But just think about that, yo. Not everybody's gonna get this because they don't even know that they have an aura, yo, people. But yeah, family, for all the people who are wondering why the reality, is rough, or you're not getting respect the way you see yourself, probably because you're not treating yourself with high respect, family, or you haven't worked on yourself internally. It's not a bad thing. It's just be aware of your reality, family, and study yourself more, because a lot of people, since they don't go within, they base their, reality on how they are feeling within. And then they reflect it onto other people without them knowing because they don't do the inner work, y'all. If you don't do the inner work, you may not know about it. And if you do know about it, well then you're choosing to stay without, y'all. And that's why those thoughts possess your, vessel. It's not really that hard to grasp. It's just you need to build up your presence to feel this, because once you build up your energy, y'all, well, you know the feeling you feel within because you have built up so much light that you feel that within yourself, family, and it impacts other people. That's why people like having conversations with you, chosen one. That's 100% true, If you don't believe it, get on a journey and try this, family. It's gonna take time, but when the effect starts to happen, you're gonna start thinking that this shit like a 3D movie or a dream, because you give out main character energy, y'all. People, they like to be around things that help them or that give them wisdom on the life around them, right? But your aura does that alone, y'all, because their eyes catch your appearance, because it has been worked on, family, through what we call an aura, family. That's why it is important to build yours. Not to, impact the world. Yes, to do that importantly, most importantly of all, because you're the master creator, y'all. How you define yourself and your royalty, people will judge you, or they will, base your appearance on how you treat yourself. That's why it is important to shine bright out here, even on the days that you don't want to shine. Well, it's all about your character, y'all. How much do you value self-respect, y'all? Because I'm pretty sure everybody likes to be treated well, I'm pretty sure everybody wants things, especially that come to them. They don't want to go to nothing, y'all, because you're a magnet that should be attracting everything that you truly want, y'all. But you must ask yourself, family, how come most people don't work on themselves? And what is it about them that makes them realize that you know, the physical is all that matters. That's when you realize, family, that those beings, they haven't experienced their internal world unless they have, you know, dreamed within their sleep, you know, because a being that doesn't question their reality not once, you know, well then you're not really awoken to the things this world has to offer for your spirit, yo, because you're living through the body, you're living through experiences outside, you know, literally programming, right? But I'm talking about the beings that have already woken up because they have chosen their spirit, yo, because they're wanting to do the better things in life, yo. You know, a lot of people, they stick with what life gives them or what life offers, but everybody who truly wants the best in life, wants to make the best decisions, wants to study, you truly care about living, family, because you're trying to build up something that's going to help you everlasting. And to fully get this, y'all, you just gotta have a high presence, y'all. So if you want a high presence, family, remember, do the right things, y'all. God put you down here to be a creator, y'all, to be somebody who, when he walks out in this world, y'all, you know, it's like all lights, action, and cameras are on you because you are a star, you know, you are shining like the sun, you know. People, when they have, you know, conversations with you, they might take that and need that because you uplift them with your presence, family. You truly do. And, you know, I wonder how that should, you know, hit your brain. You know, for myself, that makes me feel good. That makes me feel like I've earned this power because I was never treated with respect. You know, I was always looked down upon. I was always, you know, laughed at or alone. But now that I chose to be alone, you know, forcefully, now everybody wants to come in and shit because you don't need attention. You learn to be more, you know, in tune with your depths of how you feel. That's power, y'all. You know, and that's why everything comes to you more precisely because your energy is not scattered. It's you know, all around you freely, calmly, and that's how everything starts to unfold, family. But for, you know, whatever your desires are or whatever you plan to do with this power, family, you know, just know this. If you have people that you are trying to, you know, be cool with, or there's people that don't see you the way you want to see them, your power is going to affect beings internally, y'all. Never physically, y'all, because yes, y'all are there physically, but your energy is everything. And that's why you have high amounts of it and someone doesn't. They're not going to want to be around it, y'all, because your highly presence is too much for them to hang around, y'all. They get antsy, they get irritated, or they just feel less than, and you're just too much to contain, you know, family? So it wasn't you. It's just that, you know, the universe has better places for you. That's why you're always alone, because you're truly like someone with a high spiritual pressure, family. You gotta take that in, y'all, and embrace it, you know? It's not that you were meant to be alone. It was that you were meant to focus more on what life is trying to tell you, family. Because there's a lot of people out in this world, y'all, that can be around nobodies. But as soon as you come around, everybody gets to step in. Or they get to fucking, you know, like a droid, y'all, you know, start malfunctioning and shit, right? Because they're not used to a presence like yours, y'all, that is being fully worked on. Because now you have nothing to hide. You have everything to live for. And a lot of people can't take that, y'all. Whether you like this or not, this is your reality. And that's what I always tell you. It's better to shine, to stay invisible. Because when you're invisible, y'all, you still are gonna, you know, stay invisible. When you shine, you feel better within you. So life is truly worth living. But yeah, family, before I get off this video, I just want to remind you, your aura is the liquid, the spiritual protection that walks with you everywhere you go. It's, you know, around your body that you can't see, but it's the energy that builds up, that you protect and you harness, and you see it whenever you feel it. You know, you maybe not be able to see it physically, y'all, you're not fully tapped in, but you can feel it, and you will notice you won't be so much tired, or you'll be able to feel more motivated within life. Those are signs that your energy is rising. protect that. You know, don't ever lose that. And you know, your face will feel more serious. You'll feel more happy because you are growing as a man, yo. But remember, family, it starts with your aura. Your aura, it reminds you who you are by you believing in yourself and relying on your choices. But to get to this point in your life, yo, you have to get a sense of awareness to know that yourself is all that matters, you know? So think about this, family. But not only does your aura help you mentally, but it protects you physically as well, yo, because all the energy, yo, you know, it's not wasted, it's recycling. It's actually giving you a better, you know, if you want to say dictionary mentally, yo, because you're able to store more things, you're able to remember things, and you're able to react quickly on whatever it is that you got to get done, and you're more calm, you're not reacting, you know, and that's how you should want to be, yo, as a king. Don't let mountains move you, yo. You know, you move mountains and you shake the world itself when you move. That should let you know your power alone. But remember, family, you determine who you are by your presence alone. People will be able to pick up on your energy. That's something that can't be forgotten, or just be something that's tossed. No, people will feel your vibe or your presence when you walk out. So if I was you, build that up. But I'll see y'all, family.